Believe. We saying farewell to the descendants of innocence, unfinished, replenished for all those that resuscitated my penmanship. Incidents unscathed, the Renaissance on stage. BLM was the Macy's Day Parade. I prayed shooters. Martin Luther before the computer. Fred Hampton, a champion in his ambience. We writing songs, they all sounding the same. That's same freeway, riding the same lane, and same track, they riding the same train, and it's only enough room on one plane. It's facts. This is a vaccination of rap, and hopefully shit'll cure much more than Corona. I'm Noah, yeah. Floating over the storm, we done lost more folk than we did in Vietnam. I'm gone, this shit depressing. Resurrected the essence, left out like an exit. More rapid than expression. Elevated deception. A black man's mind is probably his best weapon. Yeah, listen, I want a cure for this disease, but I gotta keep it real. It probably starts with me. Ambiguous and I'm volatile. On this road to life, got frequent fly miles. Tell me how to sound for every man, woman, and child. Yeah, tell my mama, hope I made her proud. Wow. Everything that we wanted, everything that we need. Just telling you the story what my eyes have seen. Believe. And everything that we wanted, everything that we need. I want a cure for this disease, but it starts with me. Believe. I spit verses in my native tongue. James Baldwin, you call it, I am your native son. The proximity fell, enemy dwells with the government under it. No time for conspiracy theories, I had enough of them. No, I wasn't a Cosby kid, I wasn't a Huxtable, but mama was a hustler though. We was comfortable, justice was never seen. Just Janet in 93 on the big screen. I mean, poetic as I can be at Malcolm. Like Malcolm after the nation had him. I'm on the roll and it's known. This is my fourth album. Predicted, arrested, always I resisted. Seen both sides of life, just one in the system. Shout out to X, know the family fans gon' miss them. Left us the lyrics, the life, the words, the wisdom. I'm not a politician, but I'm politicking. Dodging landmines, glide through federal prison. Despise rhetoric, with it, alive better, I admit it. I've been accused of lyrics being explicit, I know. Plant a seed and it grow. Rose like a rose, the truth being exposed like the nuclear code. Watch the shit explode. The greatest MC of my time. I'm moving backwards, I put myself right back in my prime. Yeah. Everything that we wanted, everything that we need. Just telling you the story what my eyes have seen. Believe. And everything that we wanted, everything that we need. I want a cure for this disease, but it starts with me. Believe.
All right, everybody. So we're in for another great night of Let's Get Activated podcast. This is actually episode 96. Definitely got to welcome back my brother Ruckus, who's in the building. He was last on for episode 40. So we're just, bringing it back together. Just want to let you know right now we're streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, CertifiedNationEntertainment.com. And we're also on the radio, Tattoo Shop Radio and the Culture Shock Radio. So let's hear it for Ruckus.
All right. I'm back.
Yeah.
What's going on, people? It's been a minute.
It has.
I just noticed something. You said episode 40 was the last one, right?
Yes.
I turned 40. I had turned 40.
Wow.
I had turned 40. I sure did. Yeah. Yep. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. All the numbers just line up.
Yeah. Listen, when it's right, it makes sense.
Amen.
Right?
Amen to that. Amen.
That's how you know it's right. That's how you know it's right.
Exactly. So, we were just vibing out to your visual of Believe. I love that song. I love the message. I love that visual. You know, it wasn't ready yet on the last time you were on, but we were able to play it today. So can you kind of, let everybody know the premise of Believe?
Oh yes, definitely. Well, Believe is that's off the Wealth Chapter 1 project, right? And Big Sleep just came in, and he'd tell you like we moved that song around. Like I had so many different people moving that song around, right? Because like the spit, it was just in that vein of like Nas, and it was in that vein where, but it was just enough, So it went through one review show, right? And the guy played. I think if you've seen it, he couldn't get through like the first verse. He kept starting it over. Did you ever see this?
No, not that one. No.
Like he couldn't get through the record. He was like, "Hold on, Big Sleep. Wait a minute. I got to play this back." It's hilarious, right? So like he said something that like resonated with me, right? So he goes, he said, "Man, I don't know what you're gonna do with the visuals." He said, "Man, but this is so in line. Everything is together." He was like, "You don't need like a whole lot of crazy visuals with this, man. You just needed to like match the song." And I was like, with this particular record, man, like the record is so conscious, and when I'm saying, I want a cure for this disease, but it starts with me. That's accountability, right? So yeah, it ended up, and I did that video myself. I edited that video. Listen, who could do the better editing than the person that did the music? I mean, if they know how to do that, right? So
right.
I know how to engineer. Like I know how to do everything, right? Like because I've had the home studios. I did this already. So the video editing, that's something that I enjoy doing, and I was able to actually, it's like a whole completion from going from a thought and actually writing this thing down to then taking it to the studio and you hearing this thing and now you seeing it, So these are the trimesters of this baby being born with this thing here. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Well, you did a wonderful job on the editing. Like, see, I'm a visual person too. So every time I hear a song, I'm trying to picture the visual. So you did a great job. You literally like captured everything, as I'm listening to the words, of what it should be.
It's a great. I mean, listen. I'm gonna be honest, right? I love all my fellow MCs. I love all y'all, but I'm telling you, that right there. That's one of the best bits of 2021. I just got to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Not taking nothing from anybody. I mean, for that to convey that message, and you got to remember what we were dealing with. So I'm actually marking. This is like a bookmark. I'm actually marking this point in history because as a writer, we obligated to do that. And I'm like, it's so much going on. I have to capture this. And I promise, like that was like it was so free flowing, man. Like it was just like wow, man. Like I impressed myself with that. It is an amazing spit. It is. If you say you don't like that spit, man, you just hating, man.
Right. Oh yeah, you gotta like it. It's got meaning. It's conscience. I mean, you can't. Nothing's wrong with it whatsoever.
Listen, hey, Samantha, like I always say. And listen, and then when you're dealing with the haters, when they come, listen, all y'all out there in internet land, I want you to know this, right? When they criticize, because you know what I mean, and they try to belittle what the fuck you were doing and what you bring to the table, pardon my language. But when they do that, let me tell you something. Tell them if it's a small thing, why ain't you doing it? If it's such a small thing, why ain't everybody doing it? And this is how you take that power back because they looking for flaws in everything that you do. They are looking for flaws, So if you point certain things out and you say certain things, you beat them to the punch, you leave the hater in disarray, So it's a little secret, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't run from it. Go straight up to it.
Right. There you go. So what have you been up to this past year? 56 episodes since you were last on. I know you've been busy.
Oh, sus, listen. Oh man, you know that's not like me not putting no music out.
I know.
I'll be honest with you. I had to really put my focus in other directions. Now I decided that this was going to be my last project, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I decided that, I knew that I wasn't going to rush at this point. You're right, because I've been waiting to do this album for years. Like I knew what my last album was going to be called 6-7 years ago.
Wow.
And I'm like, it's time, because other things started to open up, and these other things have like always been the goal, and with this album here, the last thing that you're gonna say, I mean, I'm talking, I got 20 years in this thing, like I embody the independent artist, like the last thing that you say, like the last thing that you like, that piques interest. People listen, even the haters are gonna want to know what you said.
That's true.
Like this is a big deal. So I'm treating it more important than I treated my first project. When I was 20 years old. The fabric of the album, and you're like one of the only person that has heard it, outside of the team, because I wanted you, to be able to really, vibe with me on it and see the direction that I'm moving. So like half of it's done. And I kind of like waded into one of my artists, Age Baby. He relocated from the Midwest to the East Coast. So, with us together, now, I love to be produced, so with his ideas on top of my ideas, now I'm like, okay, now I could go in and we could go in and wrap this thing up. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be crazy. And it's like everybody's a part of it, right? It's like, yo, I'm betting the houses on this one right here. You know what I'm saying? Like everything goes into this right here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, God willing, the city, the great, you already know. Listen, I got a group of people that I still, we still got some work to do. I mean, because this is going to be an important, different thing that I'm doing. It's innovative. I mean, you tell me what you think. I mean, you heard the direction.
Yeah, I was going to say, so for everybody, I heard 10 out of 18 tracks. So I heard, you sent me 10. And I like the direction. You can tell it's the finale, but it's a personal touch. I feel like it's your most personal album, to be honest.
Yes.
How you have, certain people on the intros and just what you speak about. As a matter of fact, everybody, when we end the show, we do have one that we're going to play exclusively for everybody. But I really like the direction without giving it all away, because I don't know how much you want to give away.
We can talk about it. No, we can talk about it.
Yeah. We got your mom on there. We got your son on there. You got Busta Rhymes on there. You on it.
Yeah, we got Ja Rule on there.
Yeah.
We got Age Baby on there. We got Tavon on there. We're gonna have City the Great on there, right? And I think that's gonna be pretty much about it. But I want to make people a part of this album. We also gonna have Q Money on there. So like, I gotta, like, it's like, I don't want to release it and then, go back and be like, damn, I wish I would have did that. You know what I'm saying? Because like, as artists, we forever doing that. And I'm making sure that I'm not going to do that this round right here, So with that being said, I'm putting a lot into that. It has to be perfect. It can't be rushed. I don't want to move fast. I want to move correct. So a good friend of mine, shout out to Ash the Innovator. He just shot his first feature film. This is a guy that's, you get some time, check him out. Look at his bio, follow him, Ash the Innovator, see his work, see what he does. This is the brand that's been behind a lot of my visuals. Really good friend of mine, man. This guy's on his way to Hollywood, right? So, he's like, Ruck, I got a part for you, and, we friends, so you try to personalize things. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'll do it, and it was funny because, they started shooting and I get a call from a casting agent, right? And she's like, I need to set up this virtual audition for you. So I said, well, Then he just told me that I had the part. So I'm trying to call him, but I can't really get in touch with him because he's shooting. They on set, right? The phones are off, right? So I'm like, damn, right? But I said, you know what? So anyway, I went ahead. I did the virtual. I did the audition, nailed it, right? And I thought later on, I said, wow. I said, I respect that because I'm a guy that's always saying, don't personalize your music. Don't say, yeah, man, come do this record with me just because we're friends.
Right.
Don't personalize it. Make sure it's a good match and it's a good song. And he takes what he does serious. He takes it serious. He's invested a lot of money and time into what he does, and it made me respect it more. I said, wow. I said, he want to make sure, like, Ruck, yeah, you my mans and all that, but nigga, I want to make sure you can act. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I got there, man, they was like, yo, we seen your audition. So it actually worked out for the best because they know me as an artist, as a composer, as a musician, as a writer, as a rapper. They don't know me as an actor. My family does. They know I'm silly and I could do things, but that's always been the goal. And I actually got a standing ovation on set at the end. Yeah, like it was like I can't wait for y'all to see it, man. Like I needed laser focus for this.
Wow.
I needed laser focus. I mean, oh yeah, Ja Rule's in the movie too. Ellen Barber, it's like a few A-list celebrities in there. So it's the real deal. I mean, they pulled permits, the banks, car scenes, drones, blocked off streets in New York. So you know how this is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the real deal. It was the real deal. It was surreal. It was surreal. I'm like, wow, but it needed laser focus. Like I've learned that with that, and I see why a lot of artists, and we see the path, they do the music and they possibly go into film, and then try to juggle both. But usually they end up just staying in film. Like Ludacris was a guy that stayed in film. Right. 50 kind of stayed over into film. Pac, kind of stayed over into film. So I get it, like this thing only holds so much up here, and I can remember rhymes 1, 2, 3, but I'll be honest with you, Samantha, this right here is a little different, because you got to not only remember the lines, but you have to also remember the emotion.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like I get this character that's given to me on paper, right? This character is given to me on a piece of paper, right? And I have to bring this character to life. This is the goal. So I have to give this character a whole personality. These lines is just a template, right? But I got to give this guy an identity. I got to give him mannerisms. I got to give him a whole swag. Stick to it. So all of that's going on and plan, and you want to deliver. You want to deliver. And I said, you know what? Everything is kind of happening when it needs to happen. Because I want to, this is what I want to do. As I'm getting older. So when I say the introduction to the introduction, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not quitting music, listen, Age Baby, Tavon, listen, we got work to do. We getting busy. We getting big busy. And I want to be able to focus 100% on that too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I feel you. Look, I had to put their names, look, right here for everybody to see. 2 artists that you've signed.
Yep. These are my guys. Listen, and they all on the album. Just great guys to work with. Great guys to work with. Like a lot of people over the years have came to me and asked me for a little bit of help or a plug here and there. But I don't like to commit to anything that I can't 100% say I can do. So like now I can do it. And I've been doing this thing for so long. As an independent guy, I've done my thing, man. You know what I mean? And it's their turn. It's their turn to really do their thing, and have a guy like me to get behind them and really shape and mold, push, promote, advertise, you encourage. You know what I'm saying? And help them through the process because you see what's happening. You see what's happening. Mm-hmm. Every week. Yep. Who is that? Every week. It never fails. It's crazy.
It never fails. Not
so
at all.
my guys, they right here.
I like that. I mean, at least they'll be, well protected by you. They won't be getting into anything, crazy. Like you will teach them the rights and wrongs of the business because you've got, 20 plus years of experience in this game. So there you go.
And they're not gonna sign no bullshit.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna sign, a good deal. And I think I said this to you before. A good deal is only good if it's good for both parties. That's it. There's nothing to dissect. There's nothing to ponder. It's nothing that we got to analyze. It's just very clear cut. It's a good deal. It's good for both parties. Because I do a lot of industry parties, and trust me, you don't want to be the guy at the industry party because everybody know everybody, and they like, yeah, that's the dude over here with the 360. This sign all this publishing away. Yeah, I mean, you could be that guy, So, we ain't gonna beat them guys.
Nope, not at all. Hey, but look, you said that in Mastermind, you know what I mean? Owning all of your publishing, so you're already giving education through your music too.
Purple Rain.
Yep.
That's it.
There you go.
Chris did it the best, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Purple Rain. That's all you gotta say. Listen, they ask you if you own your publishing. Purple Rain. That's it. And that's important. And this Age made a great statement, man, that it always sticks with me. He said, a lot of these guys want to own 100% of nothing. I like that. Because if you're not doing nothing and that ambition ain't there and, it's no potential there, because you probably already got the hit record in your catalog anyway.
Right.
To own it is just to own 100% of nothing. I get it, but it's valuable when it's been honed. It's been molded. It's been preserved, well preserved, and it's been taken serious. Just our circle, you included, just our circle, through the people that we know. It's safe to say that we're industry people. I mean, that's not a farce, to say that we're definitely industry people.
We are.
Yeah, we see the growth. I mean, you work with A-list people. We're around A-list people. I need a publicist too.
He's like, hey, I need a publicist. Look, here I am, everybody.
You see how I slipped it in?
Yep, you slipped that in. Hey, I got you. And speaking of which, look, this is a grind, everybody, because even I got to say, I'm sorry about my voice, people. I'm a little sick, but I'm still here doing it because this is what we do. We grind. No excuse.
That's right. But you don't look sick. So.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
You good. But yeah, it was, man, I'm like, yo, this movie is called Hurrah 99. Right, so all y'all out there want to follow the Instagram page. I think they have because they actually just wrapped. Like we just wrapped in like August. So these films, it's always a year minimum.
Right.
So we're looking at like midsummer. Preview maybe March. I'm thinking, and we're also actually a part of the co-producing the sound score. So that's another. That's like I said. Like I can't never just leave music, But yeah, we're producing a sound score, and it's not just our music. Obviously, it's just I'm handling like the submissions and kind of going to him to say, hey, because once the editing is done, then you'll know what kind of music you need to fit those particular scenes. So far, hey, we got Age on the soundtrack. I'm on the soundtrack. Ja Rule's on the soundtrack. And I don't know anybody else thus far. I actually have to go to New York and sit down with them because we got to get real busy with that. Yeah, we got to get busy with that. But I think I spoke to you. I think I mentioned something to you about that.
Yeah, you did. You sent me the information about doing the soundtrack. So definitely got to lock that in. Just what kind of vibe are you looking for? Speaking of which, as far as songs for the soundtrack.
Well, It's an action comedy. So like I said, I haven't seen the final edit yet.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, so I think I would definitely want to, see at least the rough draft, to kind of get a good idea of what's going on and what we actually need. And he knows what he needs too, because he wrote this, he wrote this thing. So he knows what he needs, but I do know that he's a fan of the culture. He's a fan of hip hop, like so I'm pretty sure he's going to want a variety of things, but he likes what he likes. He's an art, he's an artist too, so I don't want to say exactly, he's looking for this type. I think that once that final editing is done and we have something to measure everything off of, then I'll be able to say, okay, Ash, let's try to get this guy gets it. Because he deals with A-list, celebrities, man, so it's going to be a good project. It's not going to be just something thrown together. Like it's going to be a good project. This is his first feature film, and it's not a B movie, people. This is not a B movie shot with an iPhone. And I mean, no offense to people that do that, because I know the grind is the grind. But this was the real deal. It's the real deal.
Yeah, I've seen it. I remember, you sent me some of the footage and the photos. This is a real deal film, all professional cameras, live on the set, all that good stuff.
Yeah, because Ja's agents and his people. Listen, you a publicist, you would not let none of your artists get in no BS, and I know you wouldn't.
Nope. They know. They call me a pain in the ass, especially Cool Rock. He calls me a pain in the ass all the time. Just,
He just followed me too a few days ago.
That's dope.
That's my guy here. That's my guy.
Right. But that's how you gotta be, like if you, a publicist and you really care about, artists, and if you're managing too, you really gotta, watch what they're getting into. You gotta look out for them. Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, because I'm like, man, that joint that he did with what was that? Was that Kane?
Cocaine, Hush. Yep.
Man, that's hard, and the fact that Tretch was in it, that was hard, man.
Yeah, and that was just on the whim. Like they were, in New York filming, and Tretch just happened to be in the area and made a cameo in the video, just like that.
But that's how it is in the town. That's how it is in the town. The whole city is a stage. The whole city is a stage. Where else would you want to be?
Right.
For what we do, Sam. You know what I'm saying? For what we do, that's like part of the reason why, why H took off, because I'm like, listen, man, I need you over here, I need you up here. Like, this is what it's, and he like, yeah, and it makes sense. We got to be together. The people need to be amongst the people. I tell people, find your people. Right. Find your people. Well, who's my people? The people that's into what you into. These are your people. So you got to find your people. If you want to make money, what do you do first? You get around people that's making money. So it's all about projection, having some tenacity and some patience, man.
Definitely.
Patience, man. We got to have patience, man. Patience. I'm telling you. It sounds simple, but I'm telling you, have patience. Have some patience, man, because you never know what God really has waiting for you and what He's grooming you to receive.
Right. Well, there's a season for everything. So just because something might not have happened yet, it just might not have been your time yet for it. But it always ends up happening. You just gotta, like you said, tenacity, have patience, stay consistent.
That's right. So now with Tavon and Age, they both are open to taking the right type of record deal. Like I said, I was shelved by Rough Riders. That was a bad experience for me. I think I've shared some of that with you.
Yeah.
But I think that with what I know now, the type of knowledge that I have now, I could make sure that these guys get good deals if we have to go that route, You know, I'm not just gonna let nobody sign anything. You know what I'm saying? Just to make it for a few dollars. You know, we ain't starving. You know, we trying to get wealthy, but we ain't starving. You know, we don't gotta just sign anything. We don't just gotta sign any old thing. And you know, I'm also showing them, you know, and I try to lead by example. You know, this independent thing, you know, a lot of people spew that out. You know, oh, I'm independent, you know. Okay, it's conditions to being independent. You know, if you're independent, I mean you're paying for everything. Yeah. You know, or as a collective, you all the team is paying for everything. You know, so you know you can't really work a 9 to 5, but you got to have some money. Right? You can't sell no drugs and be doing nothing crazy and slick because you're gonna be in jail or back in jail. Right. And then, so we got to figure something out to maintain, with your schedule still open and flexible. Because when we got to go, we got to go. You know, and this is how we got to do it. This is why a lot of these young kids get in trouble. These indies, they get in trouble because they're trying to live up to an image and also trying to maintain until they can sip the champagne. You understand what I'm saying? Right.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. So, you know, so I'm like, you know, with them, it just got to be the right deal. But, you know, I'm looking at their ages. You know, they're still in their 20s. You know, we could blow 3, 4, 5 years with a label, you know, easy, you know, but, you know, we'll see what happens, you know, but, you know, I'm also showing them, like I said, that, you know, with or without rap music, as a black man, you're supposed to always have you some money, and you don't got to always be selling poison to the people. You don't got to always be running a scam. You know, you don't got to always be involved with something that's degrading toward women. You know, there's other ways to do it. You know, I've been heavy in real estate since I was 27 years old. Mm-hmm. You know, listen, I'll be honest with you. I'm so transparent. Just an hour ago, I was covered in paint. Facts. Mm-hmm. Facts. Right? Yeah. Facts. Yeah. I was covered in paint. I said, oh shit. I said, cuz I heard me get home. I said, I forgot. I gotta meet up with Sam tonight. I said, I gotta go get dressed. I gotta get myself together. Like, yeah, like, you know, I show you you know, you see me on IG. I show you the grind of it. You know, you will see me in the grind, and then you might see me pull up in a stretch or something. You know, but it's a balance, right? It's a balance because that's the real world, Samantha. Mm-hmm. That's the real world. You know, yeah. I work for myself. Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur, but I work. You know, I work. You know, in order to be able to have a foundation to do the things that we want to do. So when that phone rings, we can go. We don't got to call nobody. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's important to me being an older black man to show them that as well, that, you know, you can be great without having to pick up a microphone. You could be great without having to pick up a basketball or football. You can be great without these things, you know, and just know that, because this is important, because you don't want to become a prima donna, you know. Nope. I've never been a prima donna.
No, not at all. So I got you, because I know like we didn't really get to like touch a lot about it last time when you were on, but like with real estate. So what got you started in real estate in the first place? Because this might be good for people to know.
Oh, absolutely. What got me started in real estate was that I have a lot of children, you know, like a lot, you know, like I got more kids than Miss Wayans, you know, right? Like I got a lot of them, right? And I love all my babies. You know, I wasn't just, you know, a guy that had kids, but I was a father. You know, I'm a father. You know, if the father is the one with the relationship, you know, I'm a father. You know, hands on. You know, as much as I can be. You know, they teenagers now. They crazy. You know, these cats is crazy, man. But you know, these are my babies. But you know, I think I was like 26, going on 27. I just was like, you know, I was grinding. I was in the streets up to no good. And I just was like, you know, I refused to be subjected to the projects, because society may think that that's where I should be labeled and fit. And that's the category where you should follow me in, because, you know, this is common. You know, especially with guys that have felonies and been to prison and, you know, records, you know, and then you got a lot of kids, you know, the project. This is like common. And I just negated that. I just refuse to accept that. By any means, you know, and I don't knock anybody that lives in the projects, because, you know, trust and believe, you know, we connected. You know, but that's a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone, you know, to get to something greater. You know, don't get complacent in that, you know, and that's just my advice. So for me, that's what actually sparked the flame of saying, you know, I want to own. You know, I'm not going to wait for my 40 acres and a mule. I'm going to take my 40 acres and a mule, you know. So that's what I did. You know, I bought my first house out of foreclosure for 10.5. You know, I'm pretty handy, you know. Yeah, you know, we brought it to life. You know, I brought it to life, and you know, that was the house my kids grew up in. That was my first piece of real estate right there. I was like 28 then. And I've never rented anything, you know, since then when it comes to properties. You know, like I've always wanted to own, you know, and I started to learn the business, you know, and about short sales and sheriff sales and the foreclosures and how to get in, you know, and not only how, but where. And you know, in Pennsylvania has the highest foreclosure rate in the United States. Yeah. Yeah. And you know, and to this day, I just, you know, I stay with it. You know, it's a lot to deal with. You know, sometimes I feel like a social worker. I'll be honest. You know, dealing with stuff, it get crazy. Oh, it gets crazy, man. Oh, it get crazy. Sometimes I you know, but I got to maintain a level of professionalism, Samantha.
Right.
But sometimes I be want to kick these people's asses.
That's real honesty there, coming from a you know, a landlord. That's honesty.
Hope they don't see this. Hope they don't see it.
I don't know. They might. You know, we're everywhere now, so they might be like, no, he didn't.
I might not get my rent money next month.
Oh man, I know it was rough though. Like, all jokes aside, during the pandemic, though, I know that had to be nuts.
Listen. Yeah, let me tell you something. One of the worst 2 years of my life. Listen, and two of my buildings, right? Well, actually 3 of those buildings. Out of 14 units, I only had 2 people to pay rent for 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So then they dropped that pandemic assistance thing to help people out, right? And I got everybody signed up in that, and that was a hoax too, right? Because I have to pay back some of the taxes that I got to pay back on that money that they sent. Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. See, I didn't know that part. I didn't know. Wow. See, we don't hear the landlord side of it, or at least I haven't. So this is good to hear.
They didn't tell us that either. They just like, oh yeah, get it. Man, I'm talking about, you got to do a whole 1099 on that, on every unit. Like, it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, but God is good. We made it work. And partly being because, being versed in all phases of that real estate thing. I don't have to always call someone for help. I can pretty much do everything myself, so that saves a lot of money, and I don't mind doing it. It's therapeutic for me. I like to build, I like to fix things. I like to do it. It's not a burden, so I save a lot of money doing that, and then if I get swamped, sometimes, obviously I got to subcontract things out, and, the family get in, and, we all make money, and it's just a good thing. I tell anybody, man, get into real estate. Right now it's a buyer's market, but even if you can, but still just give it a shot. It's not hard as you think.
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth a try. I was talking to somebody else about that, and they were like, yeah, I might have to get into that,
Yeah. And listen, and I'll be honest with you, that you know, is the engine for this. That's one of the engines for this. That got to be, it's a different industry, but you got to, even with that, you got to have a balance. Because you always got to have overhead when you're into real estate. You can never have it just down to the exact dollar amount. You have to each month you have to pretty much live and set yourself up as if a person is not going to pay you, as if something may break. Because if you go in the red, it's a problem. But that's a good industry to have on the side if you're into music, because you can pull from it and take away from it. But you got to learn how to maintain multiple businesses in different industries with totally different things that don't correlate with each other, and juggle those things. Most A-list celebrities jump into real estate when they start making money. They do.
I can see that.
Yeah, like Jeezy, man. Jeezy owned like half of Atlanta, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's been like a passion, man. Just being able to really stand on being an entrepreneur. It's not easy, discipline, faith, trust, it's a lot. You got to pick the right people to go in there. You got to know the people, but I know the people, and the people know me, you know what I'm saying? But without a doubt, man, it's definitely been a blessing, because it's allowed me to be able to do what I need to do. When I need to show up, a lot of people don't know exactly what I'm into, and just looking, they may think that I'm making, this type of money just strictly off music and all it is. It's a mixture of a few different things going on,
Mm-hmm.
And I tell people, like, I never try to hide that or camouflage that. I'm always open with that, because, I want, these younger artists coming up, these independent artists, to know that, listen, man, you cannot sit back and wait for somebody to change your life. You cannot do that. And if you do, they're going to have more say-so in your life when it relates to music than you. So you have to do something to bring it to the table. Rockefeller was started by 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Cash Money was started by 2 people. I've yet to meet a person that could do it all by themselves. This game here. Yeah. Please, if you know them, point them out.
Yeah, you got to have some sort of a team. To.
Yeah. To be solicited. I mean, because you want people to take you seriously, and it's almost like going into court with no attorney.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to take you serious with no representation?
You're right.
You got it. And what do they call that, Samantha? Like unsolicited, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're just hanging out and just not, you be like, man, you BMI? Like, no. Ass cap? Mm-hmm. And you like, well, damn, how you getting paid? Man, I get it. I get it. I've been there. I get it. But man, listen, don't be so talented that you get to a point where you neglect to learn this business.
Right.
Tupac, we learned that lesson from Tupac Shakur. We learned that lesson from Pac. When you're talking about a guy that, at that magnitude, that died with less than 10 grand in a bank account. I mean, this is Brenda's Got a Baby. This is, Machiavelli. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the paper right, if it ain't right, it just ain't right.
Right.
Owning your masters, having creative control, these things matter. They matter. I mean, if they did, listen, there's no way a guy like Kanye West, right? That level, of an artist. If he's complaining about masters, man, they mean something.
Exactly.
People want they masters. I mean, imagine, Samantha, you an artist. Imagine not being able to say that you own your greatest works as an artist. As an artist,
yeah.
not just a regular person, but as an artist, you will lose sleep.
Yeah,
you will lose sleep.
Definitely.
At least I would.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'd be lost. Like for instance, Activated. You know, they're like, oh no, she don't own that. Someone controls. I don't know. No, I couldn't take it.
Hey, sis, I'll be in jail.
You said you'd be in jail.
Yeah. Eat gladly. You know, so you know, why not put myself in that situation? I'm not putting myself in that situation. You know, I'm not putting myself in that situation, man. You know, and when you read them contracts, that's like usually on like the first or second page, creative control. That's a big deal. You know, so now you want to tell me the type of records to write, or you know, I mean, it's a lot. You know, it's a lot that we give up. You know, when we do this thing, it's a lot, man. You know, it's so much that we give up. You know, and that's why I say, everybody out there, don't be so quick to move so fast. Move correct. Trust your team. Trust your team. You know, like I mean, you just have to. Chances make champions.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Dropping knowledge, you know.
Chances make champions. You know, you gotta have the right team. You know, and I'm gonna tell you this too. Some of you out there, because I know this firsthand, some of you out there are not gonna go and get where you need to get until you learn how to do a little bit of mathematics. Right? You got to learn mathematics. Right? You have to know how to subtract certain things and take certain things away from what you're doing, right? Dividing yourself from situations, you know what I'm saying? This is how you get into the addition, you know, and this is how things start to add, and eventually we in multiplication. We seeing things happen. You know, so you know, this thing is mathematics, man. You got to know how to count. You know, you got to know how to count. So, yeah. I mean, it's man, I should teach a class on this thing. Man.
You should dropping important gems. You know, this stuff people need to know.
Man, I should teach a class on this thing right here, man. Because you look at Instagram, right? Man, it's pissing me off. You know, it's because I know what you know. We talked a little bit about this the other day, right? When you was like, "Watch out for my old boy," you know.
Yep.
Remember?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I say his damn name because I don't.
You can say it. I don't care. Just go ahead and say it.
Fat Joe an asshole. Yeah, I said it. Joe an asshole. And I've done good business with Joe, but Joe like to take advantage of people that's desperate to make it.
Yeah, it's sad but true. Like, you know, I tell a lot of these people, like, watch out when you're getting certain DMs, because this is not always the person per se. You got account managers too, and it's a lot of scams. So people, you gotta know, the dead giveaway is when they try to, use your lingo. They assume, your lingo and start saying all that stuff. I'm like, oh no, get out of here.
Yeah. Now, I mean, now me and Joe, we did good business. I'm not gonna lie. Right. We did, but before we solidify anything, it's always a back and forth with this dude. Always, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But not just the celebrities. I mean, it's regular people that may have like these fake followers and this whole thing. And it's like, who are you? I had a dude just ask me for $35 the other day. I almost sent it to him. Age was like, man, don't send that man shit.
I would have told you that. That's another red flag when they're DMing you, for services, trying to get money from you. Like, I'll tell y'all this, our team, Certified Nation Entertainment, we don't DM people like trying to sell our services to them. We post about it. People reach out to us. We have an actual real conversation. We don't DM people saying, oh, pay me such and such and I can do this and that for you. We don't do that.
Right.
That's a red flag.
This particular situation, this guy, he pursued me for some promotional stuff, and I got, like you can't trick a magician. You just can't trick a magician,
Right.
And I'm like, man, what's really going on, man? Call my manager. If you want to talk business, call my manager. Shout outs to the big unk, man. Call my manager. He didn't want to call the manager. He wanted to deal with the artist. And you know how this is supposed to be done, Samantha. This is a chain of command with this thing here,
Yeah.
And he just kept going. And it pissed me off. So I'm like, man, do you just need $35, man?
That's how, yeah. When they get desperate like that, it's yep. Exactly.
Man, man, $35, man. Come on, we putting that in the air, man. But should you do that all day, you might have a little bankroll.
Well, see, that was the second point I was going to say. That might seem a little amount, but we don't know how many people is he hitting up for that $35.
You better believe that he could be in a hut with no water running, with a phone, in a damn cabin somewhere in the middle of nowhere, clocking. You know what I'm saying? Clocking. So yeah, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. But that goes back to what I said. Don't make moves out of desperation.
Exactly.
That's like Age Baby. He turned down a deal from Republic last year.
Mm-hmm.
He said it didn't feel right. He said it didn't feel right. I respect that.
I do too. I'm glad he went with his gut. You should always trust your gut.
Listen, what's nice gonna come twice if it's nice enough.
Exactly.
So he had that patience, and now, man, we up here, man. Oh man, Samantha, I promise, like we are putting it together. I'm enjoying this. I am enjoying this. It's a little, it's a little like I'm gonna miss this thing, but it's not so bad because through them, we're gonna continue to do things, and I still got to promote this whole album. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, but it's so long though, Samantha. I mean, you heard what my mother said on there. Yeah. Like so long. It's like an appendage. It's like this thing is like it's part of who I am. It's like part of who I am. So it's like, it wasn't easy making my mind up to really say like this is it. Mm-hmm. I've written 13 albums and released 6. So I still got older stuff already cataloged. I could just put out. But I'm like, wow, like I had to really like do like a self-talk and self-evaluate. And I'm like, wow. And I thought about it. I said, well, I've done a lot. I've seen a lot. Mm-hmm. I've missed a lot, but I've made up for it. I've had some highs and I had some lows, but the most important thing at this point, right? And now that I'm crossing over into film, I said, you know what? Now's the time to ease up from that, because you don't hang it up when you're not good no more.
Right.
You don't wait until the people like, oh man, he trash, man. He done fell off. He don't got it no more. You don't wait for that to happen. You just don't. A lot of mega stars made mistakes by doing that. I've seen it. Mm-hmm. You want to bow out and pull back when you still got that respect. When people still say, man, yo, he nice. Like, yo, that dude, like he wanted, and then and you simultaneously making that transition into film. Now everything you've done thus far, it makes sense. So I pushed back the release date because I want to kind of drop this project around the time the movie's going to be dropping. I think that's logical, right? You agree?
That makes sense. I like that. Yep. The intro to the intro.
Yeah, and you invited. Listen, you and whoever y'all all invited to premiere. You, cool, all y'all. I ain't got to name everybody because it's too many people. But y'all all invited to the premiere as soon as I get the dates. I promise you that.
Oh, exciting!
I promise you that. I promise you that.
I would love to show up for that premiere. That's dope.
Yeah. We're gonna kick it. We're gonna kick it. You know, so that's like, you know, I feel like, you know, if I don't do it now, it's gonna be hard to do. You know, and again, I want laser focus for this because all it takes is one roll. All it takes is one roll. The right roll, the phone just starts to ring. It's already ringing. It's already ringing. We're working on the W.E.B. Du Bois biopic.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So I'm doing a lot of studying on him right now because I want to be playing him.
That is wonderful.
Yeah. So I got to cut my hair for this role, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got to cut my hair for this role, you know. But I'm into it that deep, you know. So yeah. We you know, that's in the making. And that kind of came from this, you know, just through casting. And that came from, you know, and I brought this idea to the table. It's something that I've been thinking about for a few years. You know, we seen Malcolm, you know, they've done, you know, King, you know, like they're starting to kind of do. And this is a guy that people need to know about. This is a guy that the youth needs to really know about, and not just because he's a founder of the NAACP. No. And that's not just why I wanted to do it by me being a member of the NAACP. Like, no. Like this guy here, you know, he's one of the greats, one of those great Black minds that's touched his life. That you know, they don't make, you know, they rarely make brothers like that anymore. You know, rarely. And you can learn something if you want. You know,
most definitely.
Yeah,
That's exciting. I can't wait for that. I'm so excited for you and all this amazing, you know, stuff that you got going on. It seems like 2023 is going to be a dope year for you all around.
Yes. I'm looking forward to it. I actually just said that recently. I was talking to my family, and I was like, "Wow!" I said, we really had a good year. You know, I said we had a great year. You know, and you know me, you know, doing all that jail time over the years. You know, I done gave these people 11 years of my life all together. You know, if I added up all together, you know, I remember some years where it wasn't so great. You know, so. You know, this is why it's important for us not to beat ourselves down with things and just let life live, right? You hear that? Like, let life live.
Yeah.
Like, don't live life, but let life live, you know? So that's like kind of like what in the headspace that I'm in right now. I'm only interested in being a part of things that I know I can handle. I'm really only into setting realistic goals, you know. Yeah, we can shoot for the stars, but if we hit the moon, that's fine too, you know. So yeah, we have actually the next release we got coming out is Age Baby got a joint coming out. It's a single. It's coming out 12/12. Where I'm from? Where did I go? Where did I go? Actually going to be on the movie, on the soundtrack. Where did I go?
Nice.
Yeah, 12/12. All platform. AGEBXBY. Check it out. Hard. See, and he's doing something different. Right? Mm-hmm. Because Samantha, I'm only into what's different. You know, not Doctor Strange. No. Right. Not weird. You know, not to a point where you get so weird where it's hard for me to listen to your music because it can get like that. No, you know, but outside of the box, you know. innovating, you know, with music, but still keeping that. How can I say this? People should be able to tell that you care about what you say out your mouth in that booth.
I agree.
I can tell when a person really gave a damn about what they said and what they didn't. I can tell. And I'm not being critical. You know, I'm not being negative, you know, because it's both hands. You know, if it's good, I can, I can tell he really, he sat down up in that, you know, and I can tell him you don't care. But in today's music game, the things that, you know, we don't care, that sound, you know, we may say trash, or we may not like, or it may not be our preference. Man, if you market it right, let me tell you something. ABC 1, 2, 3. If you put enough money and hit the right demographics, ABC 1, 2, 3 is gonna be everywhere. They're gonna be singing ABC 1, 2, 3.
That's how it goes. That's exactly how it goes.
No matter what I like.
Yeah.
No matter what I like, you know, because the guy that's gonna make it now is not just the musician, but the musician / businessman / marketing, you know, / advertising, you know, the internet just switched the whole trajectory of things, right? Right. And I'm proud to be able to say that I did this shit, man, before the internet even was pumping, you know, and went everywhere, you know, and went everywhere, you know. So now with the web, with the help of the web, you know, my team, you know, they pulling my coat on things that I don't know. You know, we teaching each other. Right. Ain't no egos. Ain't no egos. That shit is we leave that at the door. Ain't no egos. Ain't no big me's. No, ain't no little U's. You know, he broke it down great. We on the same team, but we all in different positions. You know? So some of the players older than others on their way out. You know, somebody might be the rookies. You know, but we all in the same team, going. You know, trying to get that chip, get that ring. You know what I'm saying? And the only way that's gonna work is you got to play your position and you got to play that shit well, man.
Most definitely. You know, we willing to learn, have an open mind. You can teach each other, you know, win together. That's the, you know, the end game, right? To win.
To win. There you go. Hey, Samantha, I don't care who driving the car. I just want to be in it.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I could be in the trunk, on the hood. You understand? Listen, you could put a tow dolly on the back. I'll be on that. Listen, I just want to go, you know, and you know, we gotta be thankful when we get these opportunities to become. Not many people get opportunities to become, you know, and if you judging your success and if you judging, you know, your happiness and your progress in music based on what other people think, you're in error. You're in error. You know, it's music. It has a place. It all has its place. You just got to find out where to put it. You know, everybody's not going to be Lil Baby. We already got Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? We already got him. You know, everybody is not going to be Meek Mills. We already got Meek Mills. You know, and so on and so on. You know, so you got to get in the lane and you got to carve out your space. You know, and hopefully one day, like they say in Goodfellas, you know, when they open up the books, you'll get straightened out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, team, man. It's team. It's about team, yo. Your age called me. He said, yo, I need a good team. He said, I don't need a manager. I need a CEO.
And there you go. See?
You know what I'm saying? Like I respect that. You know, she said she just started playing guitar. Oh, wow. Yeah. She just started playing guitar. Yeah, and that's something, because you know I'm a guitarist. So I got age. He's just like a natural. He's on the guitar. He all on that guitar, you know.
Wow.
And yeah, like I want to do something different.
Should, yeah, you know, I think, you know, why not? And I like the fact that he is different, you know, wanting to bring something different to the table, because we need that, not the same redundancy. So
yeah. What Sleep say? Donatello, you better believe it.
Yeah, you better believe it. You know,
better believe it.
So how can, like, you know, the people tap in with you to, you know, continue receiving all these dope gems that you're giving?
Well, IG is like pretty much my main platform.
Mm-hmm.
Stereo. I'm doing a lot of lectures on stereo. Kind of getting back into that, but I say like I would say Instagram. I haven't really do the Clubhouse thing like that no more. Yeah, we was on quarantine, you know. But IG, you know, like I check my DMs, you know, like I answer, you know, like we pay attention to it, you know what I'm saying? And you could definitely always see what we got going on with that. And just like I said, just tap in, you know. I mean, get ready for a an experience. You know, this ain't an album, this is an experience, man. This is an experience, you know. This is a whole. This ain't an album, it's a situation. You know, so we gotta, you listen, Samantha. You know me for a while now. You know I don't talk heavy about stuff unless come on.
I know.
I'm humble pie. Listen, this is my last album. I ain't about to be humble no more.
No.
Oh no, I can't be humble no more. Not right now. Not right now. Not right now. No. I came in with a bang. I'm going out with one.
Nope. This is the grand finale. So, you know, you got to pull out all the stops, you know.
All of them. And we making important people part of it. Again, I got City the Great. I got Ja Rule. I got Fat Joe. I got Bus. I got Tavon. I got Age Baby. I got Q Money. And I got myself. And I got, oh man, the way I just made other people part of it. My own son, shout out to my junior, Brandon Jr. I got, my mother, shout out to my mother who listen, been down since day one, ignited the flame in this whole thing. And she the reason that why I do what I do and how I do what I do and stay diligent and consistent. Because she demanded that from me. You know. And shout out to moms, man. Shout out to my mom.
Salute to the queen for sure. Salute.
Mama Ruck.
Definitely a big salute. And you know, we got something special. You know, we're closing out the show actually with a song off of the upcoming album Taj Mahal. You know, yes, you know, this man, everybody that had me making movies. I created a little film thing just to make sure that I could get this sucker to play, but it works too. It definitely works, you know.
I want to tell you something about Taj Mahal real quick, though.
Yeah. Talk about that first.
So Taj Mahal, right? Okay, you remember when the Black Album, which was supposed to be Jay's allegedly last album, and then he made like 7 more after that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so you know, he said, "What more can I say?" That was like his man. What more can I say? Right. So that Taj Mahal is kind of in that vein, and is the reason why I reference that song, because I'm saying, like, man, I gave y'all bars on bars. You know, it's like I'm like the emoji. I gave y'all bars on bars. I gave you bars on bars. And bars on bars. I mean, so it's time. It's time. But I promise you, listen, be there. Be there, man. You know, we outside. It's up.
Definitely. You know, and everybody got to let, the radio listeners know too, since they can't see it, but, they're listening in on the Tattoo Shop Radio and Culture Shock Radio. Please also follow, Ruckus at Hustlers by Ruckus on IG. All right, everybody, you definitely got to do that. We're also on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, CertifiedNationEntertainment.com. I mean, we are on it, and I got to thank you again before we play it, brother, for coming back, blessing the stage with all the gem and the knowledge. We always have dope conversations. It never fails.
Yes, thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I appreciate everything you do. Again, 1212. Where did I go? Age Baby, dropping. That's the next release that we got coming out. Stream it, buy it, download it. No matter of fact, you can stream it, but I want you to buy it. I want you to download it. Get used to it. Tap in. I'm like Dante. Bow. What Dante say? Bow.
Bow. You got to do the 3.
Yeah, but sis, I appreciate everything you do. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of the team. The cookouts. Listen, it's beginning to be one of the biggest events in Brooklyn that people are looking forward to. Because trust me, I'm outside. And I missed the last one, but I'm going to be. That first one we turned up, but I'm going to be at the next one. I'm going to be at the next one. Yeah, and hopefully, Man City the Great can rock that stage with that certified name of that record. That's certified.
Certified for sure. Yeah, definitely. We got the 3rd annual Classic Hip Hop and R&B Cookout this summer in Brooklyn. And definitely want to thank everybody for tapping in on Let's Get Activated podcast. Thank you for the well wishes, everybody. If you missed the whole live, rewatch, make sure that you're following Ruckus as well. And we're going to close out with an exclusive Taj Mahal off the upcoming album, The Grand Finale. Let's go.
What?
Look, I'm in the Taj Mahal, W.B. Du Bois. Life a house of cards, I shuffle exotic cards. The embodiment of Nas, I put them closer to God. And if I rule the world, my brothers are being charged. Yeah, ecclesiastics, biblical if it's lyrical. John the Baptist, water, wine, and Catholics. It's a matter of law. We gon' handle it all. So my wife, nobody gon' ruin this thing of ours. Might get on some killer shit. Snake bite venom shit. Every day a smoke session. I don't even remember shit. Although we going without shooting, show 'em how to rock Gucci. Foreign exchange student. We gon' get millions with or without music. It's all inspiration to muse for this music, yeah. How amusing I've been moving this music, yeah. Expeditious, both hands is effortless. That's why I turned down making the band. Webster Hall, Funk Flex, took the story and ran decisions. That's New York cost of living. We so big, everything looks small. Way up like the Taj Mahal. Yeah, we so big, everything looks small. Feel like nigga in the Taj Mahal. Talking bars on bars. It's bars on bars, yeah. We talking bars on bars, yeah. I'm way up like the Taj Mahal. We hit them like if they stand from mine, make them go the other way like a construction sign. Like, how do I construct some bucks this mine? When the bag on influx, various products decline. Yeah, persuaded and upgraded, we back to the basics against the wall. Can say that shit is fake and I take time off and this shit, that's a hiatus. We annihilate these rappers, no balls, courts and statements. Yeah, a few cases, straight braces. Cribs on acres, tropical, no vacation. These niggas want the throne, but you gotta practice some patience. When LeBron leave the league, I swear I'm leaving the label. We so big, everything looks small. Way up like the Taj Mahal. Yeah, so big, everything looks small. Feel like nigga in the Taj Mahal. Talking bars on bars. It's bars on bars, yeah. We talking bars on bars, yeah. Bars on bars, yeah. I'm way up like the Taj Mahal, yeah.